Elon Musk's decision to abruptly suspend several journalists from Twitter sparked an outcry Friday from First Amendment advocates, threats of sanctions from European regulators, and questions about the social media platform's future as a gathering place for news and ideas. But as people debated complex, novel issues of free speech and online censorship, the move also underscored the role of a simpler, more enduring element of American life, the press baron. Hello, Citizen Musk. As with William Randolph Hearst and Rupert Murdoch before him, Musk now controls an influential means of mass media production. Twitter, albeit a different beast from newspapers and TV networks, enticed journalists by promoting itself as a virtual town square. Now Musk, despite his stated wish that even my worst critics remain on Twitter, is flexing his ownership muscle in seemingly arbitrary ways, appearing to stamp out accounts that personally displease him. The suspensions, which included reporters from CNN, The New York Times and The Washington Post, came after Musk accused the journalists of breaking Twitter's rules on violating personal privacy. Twitter had recently shut down an account, @AlonJet, that tracked the whereabouts of Musk's private plane using publicly available flight data after Musk claimed that a crazy stalker accosted a car in which one of his sons was traveling. "You're not special because you're a journalist. You're a citizen, so no special treatment," Musk told reporters during a terse Twitter audio session Thursday. He added, using a term for publishing intrusive personal information, "You dox, you get suspended, end of story." But it was not obvious how the journalists suspended by Musk had violated Twitter's policies. Some of the reporters had written about the removal of @AlonJet and other accounts that tracked private planes, or linked to those accounts. Some had previously written critical stories about Musk's stewardship of Twitter. On Friday, Twitter suspended the account of Lynette Lopez, a reporter who has published investigations into Tesla, another company controlled by Musk. As recently as last month, Musk said that @AlonJet would be allowed to remain on Twitter. He said the promise demonstrated my commitment to free speech, a common refrain for Musk, who has amassed millions of online fans in part by presenting himself as a First Amendment absolutist, determined to root out supposed biases on the part of Twitter's previous management. Journalists' participation on Twitter, a privately controlled company, is not tantamount to free speech. Reporters are free to publish their work on their own company's platforms and through other social media outlets. For more than a decade, however, Twitter has occupied a unique role in the news and information ecosystem, where journalists flock to share their reporting, develop relationships with sources, and debate issues of the day. It has also allowed writers outside of established organizations to break into political and cultural conversations. In the wake of Musk's suspensions, media outlets said that Twitter had acted arbitrarily in ways that may serve to intimidate journalists who report on his companies. If confirmed as retaliation for their work, this would be a serious violation of journalists' right to report the news without fear of reprisal, Jody Ginsburg, president of the Committee to Protect Journalists, said Friday. CNN called the suspensions impulsive and unjustified, and the New York Times described the moves as questionable. There was also backlash from lawmakers in the European Union. Vera Jourova, a vice president of the European Commission, said the move violated the EU's Digital Services Act and its Media Freedom Act, which serves as a kind of rule book for moderating online content.